how was your experience for the first test match in Calgary?
I think it was fantastic so far. The weather was good initially, and overall conditions and the facilities here at WCL, they did a fantastic job considering they are doing it for the first time. Overall, really good, and I'm looking forward to have more such games.
Yeah, and can you tell me, despite weather being so cold, you guys ended up starting at 10 a.m., about 10:30 a.m., and now it's going to go into the second day. How do you feel about the game?
I mean, that's the dedication it requires. The game of cricket is always unpredictable, and I think that's the most beautiful part of the game. If it is so predictable, it wouldn't be that much excited. So I think so far our team has done a fair job. Of course, we lack a little bit. That's due to weather and the conditions were pretty new to us. But we are getting used to it, and that's the good part. And we read the wicket well, I guess. It's pretty slow. That's what we expected, between 200 to 300 the total. So far we are good. Tomorrow we'll start at 10. Let's see how that goes. We have our fingers crossed to do well tomorrow.
Yeah, and can you tell me about the challenges that your bowling side was facing? I know even though the field was very quick, but the bowlers were struggling early on.
I mean, yeah, the only thing about bowling side initially it was about the wicket because it was even slower than we assumed. Later on, it was the wind which made the bowling literally impossible. Towards the end of the day, it was really impossible to bowl. And now, as umpire has called off the day, and I think that's the right decision they took. So it was really a challenge at that point.
So, can you tell me more about WCL? What kind of structure it has been? I know a lot of teams have joined this year. Where's things going for the league?
I think they are a fantastic bunch when it comes to the core. They are cricketers, and that's the best thing I like about them personally. And they understand the game. They try to put together resources in a way that helps a lot of teams, and that's why I think now many teams are transitioning into this league. And yeah, as we are seeing, the conditions are improving day by day. So good luck to them, and and really kudos to the team behind
Yeah,
it.
having turf for WCL will make any difference?
Of course, because especially in the western part of Canada, there are not many turf apart from a few turfs in Vancouver, one turf in Edmonton. Of course, Calgary deserves a turf.
Yeah.
And if turf will be there and third ground will be there, especially they have more opportunities to accommodate formats. Like we need longer formats as we are playing test match right now. With a third ground, they can surely have 50 overs game. And that will basically grow a lot of cricket because I see few leagues here in Calgary. They are a little bit hesitant to join this league because right now we are probably lacking there to have a longer format of the game. Once we have it, I think a lot many eyeballs it will catch and lot many people will be derived here.
Yeah, and can you talk about some challenges that the league has had over the past few years? I know you're now recognized by Cricket Alberta, so it's a recognized league. What message would you give to the people who want to join this league?
I think it's a good opportunity when you are into the recognized system that if you perform well, you are always gonna picked for the next step of the ladder. But if you are playing with the unrecognized league, there is always a risk of your not going ahead, even if you are doing good. You know, I heard people complaining all the times in Calgary for not being picked, but that's because they are choosing completely unrecognized league. And that's where I think WCL has done a fantastic job of getting the approvals, the right approvals, and that resulted them to have more teams here.
A couple of important personalities from WCL, Iqbal Bhai, Suhail Bhai, as well as Dami, who's done so much for the league. Do you see, does their effort, is that going to take the league next level? Or do you think we need more people like them to make this league better?
I think it's I really don't believe in quantifying the team. It's all about how efficient your team is. And then when I'm looking at them, Tiwari ji, I know Gulati ji, I know Iqbal, I know Amrit, Dhamipa ji. They are doing fantastic job as a team, and they have a kind of alignment between them, and that's I think doing their job easily. I believe making a bigger team without the efficiency would make it problematic in a long run. There would be a lot of conflict, and conflict resolutions would take a lot of resources and energy. So rather making it a bigger and bigger team, unless it is fully focused, or that decision is totally based on what's your eventual goal as a team, and as a management. So if they require more people, of course they would do it, but it is totally based on the productivity they can derive.
Absolutely. I think that's a very important piece, and well said. Because end of the day, if you don't have an efficient team, you no matter how big or small your team is, you're going to struggle. And for a project like WCL, you need an efficient team. I think that's a very important piece. Also, I know. Can you talk about your own team? How long have you been playing for them, and what do you like playing? What do you like about your own team?
I think, our journey started in 2023. Blitz is my team name. We actually formulated a team with a vision to have competitive players in the team, no matter which faith you belong to, what your ideology is, or what your likings are. Your liking must be cricket. And if you are a competitive player, that's what we always prioritized. Interestingly, this season, what we are aiming is that with the competitiveness, we learned our lesson, of course, in last 2 years. Probably this year, our goal is to increase the bonding between the team players, because when you have more competitive players into the side, the challenge is that everybody is having their own opinions, and sometimes it's for good, and other times it deserves some conflict resolutions. So we are trying to just mitigate that part and improvise the team bonding, the player likings, and that's the main part we are focusing. So about my team, what I like is the competitiveness we have. We had been the first year, we had been the runners up. When we started the team, we are lacking a lot many things, but we could quickly gather up, and we ended up having a successful season. This season, we see a lot of competitiveness here in WCL, so we are looking to make our mark here.
Nice, nice. That's amazing. So now, finally, one question I have for you. Last year, you played a few games. This year, with the number of teams being increased, how many games are you guys going to play?
I heard we are going to play around 20 games, 20 T20 games, and but I'm expecting, my expectation is that we must have some longer formats as well, at least 5 games of longer formats. That helps those, because our team is basically having those good players, and they love the longer formats all the time. T20s, of course, they are capable of to go big, but their love is always a longer format.
Yeah, so I know with some of the other leagues they have incorporated 35 over league and 40 over league. Do you think that would help your league if you have a few matches of those?
Um, I I think 35 over is not a proper format.
Mhm.
I would say it's just an adjustment. So when there is an adjustment, it looks good, but it wouldn't feel good eventually. So when you are introducing a format, it should be a 50 over.
Okay,
It shouldn't be anything below 50.
absolutely. And also, can you talk about the test match or 2 day games? Do you think having those in there so the players have the temperament to play longer, do you think those will help?
Obviously, because when you have the red ball game with the days in hands, I mean, you need to have your proper techniques. As you play these games more and more, everybody has time to learn and adjust, and that will create challenges for the opposition, and that improves a lot of determinations, a lot of concentrations, and that's how I think it's gonna help as a league, help league as well to derive those young talent, because then they will be playing more cricket on the ground.